As a working professional and as someone who tends to work of things organized in my mind, it sometimes becomes a daunting challenge to remember important things. Like the time when your wife told you to get the groceries back when coming back from work, or equally important, when you drop the ball on things which are important at work. And as we all know, both of those scenarios don't play out very well. Having learned this valuable lesson in my career path, I have slowly and steadily developed a habit of note taking. First of all, the very act of handwriting something down on pen and paper helps me remember things along the way a longer time. Secondly, even if I forgot, I have a backup to go back to remember to take some action based on my written down notes. Of course, all this only works if I have a daily routine of going back to my notes and annotating my thoughts down on pen and paper, and this is part of my daily workflow. There is no point in taking the notes unless I go back and refer to it, because otherwise, all my thoughts and my to do actions are sitting there in limbo, waiting for someone to really do something about it. Which is, as we have become digital natives in the way we work, and with paperless offices being the norm rather than the exception, having stacks of binders of notebooks with ideas becomes a bit difficult to manage in these days. And frankly, searching for an older idea that I may have filed away in some notebook is a very difficult task. And this is where digital note taking tools have become so popular and have gone mainstream. I will give you this though. It is still so much more satisfying to put an actual pen or pencil to paper to jot down notes rather than typing a whole slew of words on a note taking app, a digital note taking app. It is to capture this indelible act of putting pen to paper. We have devices like the iPad, the Surface devices, or dedicated devices like Remarkable2 and Zoox, which provide a digital paper-like capability to be able to take handwritten notes on a digital device. So today I have the Remarkable2, a device that they call as a paper tablet, to review and see how it holds up to actual note taking. So today we're going to unbox the Remarkable2 and see how this paper tablet holds up to actual note taking. The Remarkable2 actually distinguishes itself from other devices, most commonly the iPad, by the fact that this is a singular purpose device built for note taking that gives you the nearest paper-like feel. This singular focus makes the Remarkable2 stand out from other tablets in the space, in that people by now know that the Remarkable2 is for digital note taking and for note taking only. It's not a device to watch movies or videos on. It is not a device that will run any of your custom applications. It is not a device that you could multitask on. Being an e-ink paper display, you'll only see black and white and grayscale on this device. There is no color. And of course, you cannot play games on this. It's not a device that you can run your presentations on. It is not a device that will allow you to run any of your office applications on. And here is the kicker. It is not a device that will play well or even pretends to play well with any of your other note-taking applications. And this is where I'm seriously disappointed with the Remarkable2, because the first thing that I tried to do when setting up the Remarkable2 is to bring in my existing OneNotes, where I have written a lot of handwritten notes and even, sketches on my Remarkable2, thinking that it would work well with my existing workflow, my existing note-taking workflow. I cannot do that. So let us quickly have a look into the hardware and of course the actual note-taking feature. And this is where it becomes very important to have the Remarkable pen. The pen comes in actually two different versions. One is a much simpler pen,
This is the premium pen. They call it the Remarkable Marker Plus, as you could see. And the Marker Plus has the additional capability of having an eraser at the end of it. Of course, a digital eraser where you can erase content as you want, right? And naturally, the primary function of the pen is to be able to take notes on it. I mentioned about the Remarkable being a note taking and only a note taking device. I lied, right? So the Remarkable does support two other functionality. And as we go to the menu, you can see it supports PDFs. So you could annotate different PDFs that you might have, or to be able to bring in your existing PDF documents into the Remarkable 2 device. You first have to launch your companion desktop application, and only from the desktop application can you then select the PDF option and import your existing PDFs from your computer, and then the companion device syncs it back to your Remarkable 2 device. So once you have imported your PDFs, then when you open your Remarkable, you will see all the PDFs that you've just imported have been synced right away, and you can start working and annotating the PDFs as required. The same paradigm applies to ebooks. But here's the kicker. The companion desktop application does not integrate with Kindle Store, which is, of course, the most popular ebook platform for many of us. But you can bring in your existing other ebooks that you may have stored on your computer and then sync it to the Remarkable 2 device. This is where the Remarkable 2 really falls behind, I feel, in that this is a very siloed device where you need a companion desktop application to be able to import your PDFs, your ebooks into the device. And secondly, and more importantly, the ecosystem, the Remarkable 2 ecosystem, and the Remarkable ecosystem for that matter, does not play well with your other applications and your other workflow that you have across, say, Microsoft OneNotes, Google Docs, GoodNotes, Todoist, any other to-do apps that you may have, or any other popular note-taking applications and to-do applications out there. You need to be able to only exist and work solely on the Remarkable device for your note-taking and your to-do applications if you really love the writing capability of this, which I will say is very, very good. But what you lose in the process is you lose the cross-device functionality that today's applications provide you. You can migrate your workflow from, say, my Surface device to my iPad to my phone, but not to my Remarkable 2. My final takeaway is this, right? And this is something that I firmly believe in. It depends on how you want to use a device or any piece of technology for that matter in your life, in your workflow. And that's what's important, not what others think of it. And this review, if you call it that, is my review about how I feel considering my workflow that I explained to all of you, is that I'm invested already in my other OneNotes, GoodNotes, Notion, Todoist, and other applications that I can work across different devices that I already own. My office laptop, my personal Surface, my personal Surface phone, and even my iPhone for that matter, if needed in a pinch. And this, I feel, is where the Remarkable 2 really is not for me, because I really want to get all that content in over here and continue my work, continue my workflow, which is not possible. This is really a device for somebody who, from the very beginning, adopted the Remarkable device and have all their notes and the sketches on the Remarkable, it's a great device for that. Believe me, having used it for a week, the writing capabilities and the paper like feel of the Remarkable is the best I've seen so far. I've used many devices. The Remarkable 2 is the closest to real paper like feel when you're writing, which is a great thing that this device accomplishes. And that is the sole focus of the device. Sadly, for me, what matters also is not just that sole focus, but a little bit of cross focus where I could work with my existing content from other devices or other applications and bring it into my Remarkable. Without that, I am really stymied. And so, this is something even though I love writing on this one, I've tried it for a week, everything feels just perfect, but no, this is not a device for me, unfortunately. But again, make your own judgment depending on what your workflow is. That is the most important criteria in deciding if any technology, if any device works for you or not. So all the best, and do give it a try. If you feel you have doubts in your mind, always feel free to give it a try. See for yourself whether it works for you or not. It's been so late in the Remarkable journey that I really tried the Remarkable 2. I mean, the Remarkable 2 has been out for nearly a year maybe now, quite a few months. But I just tried it now because I wanted to kind of get a taste of that. People always say the Remarkable is a great device for writing. And I wanted to get that feel. That is what my journey started out as. I want to get the closest to writing on paper. And the Remarkable does offer it. So there you go. Thank you.